Hey, what's up? Matt Wyatt here, taking a look at Mississippi State versus UMass. A little film study going on. Let's take a look.
All right, I want a 32 belly option on 2-on-2. Ready? Go!
You know, at the beginning of the game, I kind of felt it. There was really like a really small crowd for the game in the stadium. It seemed flat, but you're not really sure. And then the game kicks off.
First series of the game, and UMass is kind of following their scouting report. 2-by-3 in the two receiver side. The back guy in the stack is Brenneman, their tight end, their leading receiver, going to try to bring him across with two backs in the backfield. State is bringing four, have two linebackers on the field, and it's man with a free safety back there. He's off the screen, Brandon Bryant. So the responsibility is J.T. Gray, the nickel, covering the tight end man-to-man. He's watched the scouting report. After play action, quarterback steps up, and because you're here, and he's got two guys on block, he doesn't know if they're coming downhill or not, rushes the throw just a little bit, but it's a great break and read by J.T. Gray to make the game's first play. Pick, look for a block. You got Gary Green out in front. Leo Lewis takes care of the quarterback, and now you're in the end zone. Here was the big run play then that led to UMass getting a field goal on the board. It's 21 personnel, tight end on the left in the boundary, two backs, and receivers out here. What State does, and it kind of hurt them on the call, it's just the call went against them a little bit. They're dropping into cover three this way. So by having three deep and nickel with two linebackers, the third guy coming into the box is the safety over here into the boundary, and the ball's actually going to go around him. So two defenders are kind of wasted on the play. So on the snap, you see the draw action. Now, UMass is blocking it really well. They block Simmons, they get Hoyette, and they block it on the edge. But your middle linebacker, Lewis, kind of runs himself out because he filters to the draw this way, as well as safety who's coming up because of your secondary call. Both those guys are going to wind up running out of the play. So when the cutback happens on the draw, again, credit UMass. They're getting blocks at the point of attack. But there you see Lewis and McLaurin, who are kind of wasted. Now it's up to 40, Errol Thompson. And I know it's a little bitty small thing, but his left foot slips just enough that he can't take on the block the way that he wants to, and that puts your back over here with a free lane to go run this big play. Again, I know it's not much, but that left foot slips. He's just trying to stay up. It makes it easy on the lineman to grab him, and J.T. Gray is getting held over here, and that kind of helps also. Now, this is great hustle from Rayford. You get him out of bounds, you hold him to a field goal. Now, this is the play that kind of gave UMass the momentum. They're down, and they get a pick six going back the other way off of Fitz. What State's trying to do is play action, get him on the move, and they give him an easy read. This is just a version of the smash with a short out route and a corner route on top. And what you want to do is high-low that defender and read him. Now, they rotate over to a three-deep coverage, right? So that's why this corner backtracks to begin with at the snap of the play. So he's retreated. You got the out route here. And it's the right read by Fitzgerald, but the throw is left inside too much, and that's why it's picked off. TV gives you a look at it from behind. Again, on the snap, corner's coming over here thinking run. They rotate the other guy over. Going to have two deep on this side. It could be quarter, half coverage, and maybe that's what it is. But still, it means a soft corner initially, and he sees that. So it's the right read. But it's a nice break and a play by the corner, aggressive. But again, if the ball is here, then you got no issue. But when it's thrown here on the back hip, it provides an angle for the DB to pick it off. And they got big-time momentum, put points on the board. Now, I thought these two guys in the middle of State's defense played really well, Braxton Hoyette and Jeffrey Simmons. Here you are when you need a stop. They've gotten the lead, and you're trailing in the game, got to get the ball back. Little delay draw out of the gun, and look at Simmons going to win here and leverage here in the gaps. Everything's coming this way because you're going to bring that guy off the edge, but they win in those gaps. Ball snapped here. They're going to play over here about 2 yards deep. He closes it up, Hoyette does, and then Simmons the beneficiary because he's winning as well, gets a solo tackle out of the deal. Now, explosive plays for UMass, both offense and defense, are the reason they held the lead and were right there in the first half. You had the big run led to a field goal. The pick six put 7 on the board. That's 10 points. And here an explosive play in the pass game for a touchdown that puts them on top 2013. They go motion out of the backfield with the kid who catches the ball. Now, what State has done, they are man-free coverage. All those lines are man-to-man with receivers, and the free safety is free out there. The route is an old switch rub route. People have been running this for years on vertical, trying to cross those guys up. And this time it works perfectly with the alignment. Inside guy off, right? So when he pushes up and runs his route, the receiver doesn't run into the DB. The DBs run into themselves. So there's a corner tracking his guy man-to-man. Cleveland, who runs square into McLaurin, who is covering him man-to-man, and that's how they get open up there on the sideline. So they switch. It's just a rub route, not a pick. DBs run into each other and to the house.
UMass just brought the energy and the physicality. They really wanted to play that football game. State was just kind of going through the motions in the first half. So Dan Mullen even said that in his interviews with us on the radio and with TV going into the locker room. We just didn't play very well. We did a bunch of stupid stuff, and we're kind of going through the motions, and we have to change that in the third quarter. And you know what? That was the biggest positive of this game for State. They did it. They came out, and for the first 10 minutes of the second half, they just kind of dominated the game. They scored 14 unanswered points, a 3-and-out for the defense in between. You take the lead in the game and never trail again.
Now, State started whipping them and going downhill. And that drive to start the third quarter, Aris Williams and Nick Fitzgerald in this offense averaged almost 10 yards per play on an 8-play drive. Aris Williams sets the tone with this run on the first play of the third quarter. Zone backside. Elton Jenkins, nice block. Martinez Rankin, great block. And also the tight end going to get up. The safety runs himself to the outside, so it's a great read by the back to cut. Thing is, backside tackle didn't get it closed off back there, so the backside end is going, or defensive tackle is going to hit the running back at the line of scrimmage. Watch Aris Williams pull through that, and now he's got 3 guys. Green, Rankin, Jenkins, going to get him to the next level. Pulls through. Here he is hit 4 yards shy of the sticks. Drags 2 guys for 3 more and almost a first down. Tone-setting play. They talked about it in the locker room. One of the problems with your run game, State only had 85 rushing yards in the first half, was linebackers flying downhill against the run and trying their best to fly out there against the screen. They motion the back away. He gives a little pump fake look this way, and look, 2 linebackers coming straight downhill. They game planned it, work against it, get the tight end open in the area that the linebackers vacated. Love that play call. Good throw. Later in the drive, on the edge of the red zone, State does it again. This time they bunch receivers out here to the short side. Watch, one linebacker's coming. He's the 5th guy on the rush. The other's going to spy the running back, and they're flying out here to the screen fake. Everybody jumps on it. Little pump fake from him, and there he is following the back. Another linebacker's coming. The nickelback runs himself out. And now the tight end's wide open back in the middle. State actually scored on the same play in a pass to the tight end last year against UMass. So State scored. You come right back, and the defense gets a 3-and-out. Simmons going to make the play from his nose tackle spot. State going to zone blitz it, bring a little pressure with J.T. Gray off the hash, but they're dropping Green on the other side. When a quarterback moves the pocket, and he's got a guy early here on 2nd and 10, but because Gray is coming in his face, he can't see him, and he's going to sense that he needs to pull it down and run. There's actually a hole there. Because of the flow of the defense, there's room to run out the backside, but Jeffrey Simmons wins his one-on-one, and he makes the play. So after a 3-and-out, State gets the ball back, and they go right down the field again, 12 plays, 79 yards. Here's one of the big plays. This is RPO for Fitz out here to this side. His first read, end is crashing down that way. Keep the football off the edge. That's his first read. And if you go back and look at the linebacker, he doesn't even consider run. He runs straight to the screen. That's why Fitz takes no time on the RPO fake, just one little pump, and then he runs vertical. Watch the linebacker run out. Here goes Fitz. And here comes the safety. People have done this for 2 years. Defenders that think they have the right angle on Fitzgerald, but they don't and don't realize how fast he is. He goes right around him and makes 10 more yards. Here's a really interesting play call and design from Dan Mullen's offense. Going to reverse Fitz out from under center, fake and hold the ball, and then come back and hit a crosser coming from the backside, and it's Reggie Todd. What they're doing is trying to draw those linebackers up. They look like they have bunch receivers here, right, to the boundary. Well, the first two are tight ends, and both those guys are blocking to show run. So here's the run fake. You got a tight end blocking there. You got another here. So there's only 2 receivers going out, and that's the backside guy with a runoff, and Todd, the third man, slipping across here after the play fake. Watch the ball handling from Fitzgerald. When he puts that ball on his hip and hides it, these 2 players defensively can't see the ball. It's a great fake. It's meant for those 2 guys. It works perfectly because as he stutters, they totally forget about Todd and let him come free across the formation. Now he's open and you get him the football. Really nice design and good execution down in the red zone. So later in third down, State trying to take the lead. They bunch it out here to this side of the field, and look what UMass is in. They are in man-to-man coverage with 1 free safety. So what they're doing is playing man across with 1 free safety. The linebacker coming on this side is going to be the 5th rusher coming after you. And this linebacker has Eris Williams one-on-one. So when Fitz looks this way before the draw begins, the reason he's not flying out here like we've seen before, his man-to-man responsibility is the back. So he takes him to this side. But the blocking couldn't be better. And look at Rankin on the backside. They are slanting this way. The left guard, Darrell Williams, takes care of the linebacker. And now with all this room, Eris Williams doesn't have to pancake the linebacker, just get in the way, and he does. Hat on a hat, you get a touchdown out of it. Take the lead, and State led the rest of the way. So here was the big punt return for touchdown at the end of the game, and here's the thing you got to notice. There's only 10 guys on the field, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over the ball this side, 6, 7, 8, 9 here, and 1 returner, and that's Dedrick Thomas. So how did they get it done if you're outnumbered? Well, it starts with the return man. Right here, it's 1 on 2. And if that one guy can take care of 2 players and get past them, you've got numbers. And he goes around and he makes that happen. Here's a key block, Jamal Peters. This is the other guy that was trailing, never really had an impact on the play, so the numbers didn't matter. Great block there. And I love what Kylan Hill is doing. There's a freshman running back on special teams that wants to hit somebody. So he goes and seeks up the punter. 1 little tap, and you're off and running.
So that's what you saw. Bulldogs didn't really play that great for the entirety of the game. They kind of dominate the 10 minutes they had to in the third quarter to take the lead and get the game back under control. And then they move on to this week. There'll be no lack of energy and electricity and excitement to start the game hosting Alabama in Starkville. Hope you enjoyed the film study. If you did, would you do me a favor? Like my Facebook page here at Radio Wyatt on Facebook. Follow it, like it. That way you'll see the stuff I'm putting out there, and I put videos out pretty much every day. And I've been thinking I got a pretty cool football plan for videos during the off season, which unfortunately won't be too much longer. I appreciate you following, and look me up on Instagram and Twitter as well. I am Radio Wyatt. All right, see you next time.